party, pal!
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome. Sorry.
Been too long.
Yeah, it's been like 5 years.
Yep, 5 whole years. At least that's how long it's felt between July and August in
Yes.
2020.
Really does though. Everyone's telling me, oh god, my god. Everyone's telling me time's going by so quickly, and I feel like I am just like stuck. That's okay. Oh well, but I watched movies to get over it. So
hold on, we have a special guest.
he's back. It's the boy.
The
It's
boy is
baby
back.
boy. Oh, and the white.
Hi, Dodie. Hi, Dodie. Okay. Go play with Mama. Hey, welcome to the party, pal. This is a podcast where we, the Loomer Brothers, talk about movies we like.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty
Preston
much.
Loomer.
I'm Nathan Loomer.
And this week, our dad made us do live-action movie musicals.
Yes. No cartoons.
No cartoons. I cheated a little bit.
A little bit. There's one that is.
It's not a cartoon. It's live action.
It's live action. There are people. Hands up their butts.
So we did 3 each.
Yeah.
I chose Singin' in the Rain, Tommy, and Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah. And I did Cabaret, Hedwig, and the producers.
There you go. Yeah.
I know.
It's like every time I type them in, I was like, there's one I'm missing every time.
Yeah.
It's never the same one.
No.
Cool.
I don't know what order we go in for this because.
So this one, I'm going to do something weird because I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in release order.
Ooh. Okay. I don't mean.
Singin' in the Rain is the first one.
That's what I would have guessed, but.
Yeah, it's going to go Singin' in the Rain, Cabaret, Tommy, Muppet Treasure Island, Hedwig, the producers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That
That's
sounds good.
Yeah.
Ooh. I still, if you haven't seen Sing in the Rain, I would say is the great American musical.
It is,
Sorry. Rest
I think-
in peace, Music Man.
I was gonna say I think it's the perfect movie musical. I don't think there's a thing in it that it doesn't work. I don't think there's a character in it who doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It has Gene Kelly at the height of his powers.
Yes. And Donald Connor as a sidekick, which
yeah. And like this is a thing for me. I can't dance. I know I can't dance. This is one musical where like if they said, if you can get into dancing shape in 6 months, we'll put you as one of these roles. I'd bust my butt.
Bust my butt. It's one of, besides maybe Muppets, it's the only one that is not a show before a musical. It was not.
I'm trying to yeah, I think Tommy was weird.
Tommy, yeah, I don't know about Tommy.
It wasn't a stage show either. So
okay.
So basically we did half sort of ended up being movies before they were on stage, and then the other half went the other way, and
yeah,
only one of them has never been on stage, and we'll get to that one later.
Yeah, it should though.
I think so too. And Singin' in the Rain is technically a jukebox musical.
Really? Like
I looked it up. Yeah, they said it is. The songs were all from other things, and they just put them together, and then this is the show. They were just like a bunch of like 50s and 40s and 50s and
oh my gosh,
early pop hits that have now been sort of forever given to this musical.
Yeah.
So,
and
I think before we talk about anything else in this show, the dancing in this show is amazing.
Yeah.
It is stellar.
And the thing about it too, it makes it so nice, is it's so raw. It's not like you can tell there's a bunch of cuts, but it's just like a long tape of someone doing great dances. It's not just move.
I feel, and I wish more musicals nowadays did that. It's actually one of the things I liked in the early couple scenes in La La Land is that they did those wide, just like everybody's on screen and you see it, because somewhere along the way they decided, let's stop shooting them like that. Let's stop trying to just shoot stage shows on the screen. And I think that, at least with the choreography, you need that.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. He's funny. We love him. I think the whole actress, my favorite part of the movie is the actress who doesn't have a voice for, which is now more sad. Back in the day, it was like, oh, that's funny. Now I'm like, oh, I feel bad. Like,
I know. Well, and then they made The Artist, which like did the opposite.
Yeah. Oh, which Although this movie, I know it talks about like, what's her name? The lead actress.
You're talking about Debbie Reynolds?
Yeah, Debbie Reynolds, who apparently at some points in the movie is dubbed.
So it's actually really funny. I did that. I Googled this too. So Jean Hagen, who plays Lena Lamont, who's sort of the villain of the movie, she's actually a really good singer. And she doesn't obviously sound like Lena Lamont does in the movie. So what they did is anytime that Kathy Selden, Debbie Reynolds' character, is dubbing over Lena Lamont's lines, it is actually Jean Hagen dubbing over Debbie Reynolds, dubbing over Jean Hagen.
That is the weirdest. Oh, it's the weirdest thing. And then this is the song. I haven't gotten the Morning song out of my head.
That song, I love it. I love Morning. I think Moses is my favorite.
Yeah.
Moses Supposes is just like top to bottom. It's simple, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Goofy. It makes no sense in the context of the rest of the show.
Yeah. And I feel bad. I love Donald O'Connor, and to go on that he doesn't, like, in life, didn't do much because he kept bombing on Broadway.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Really bummer.
It is, but, and it because he's so funny in this, and Make Him Laugh is like the highlight of physical comedy.
Yes.
In musical theater.
Every trick in the book.
Yeah. I have to say, this does fall for the trap that I noticed of every 50s musical has that stupid 20-minute dream ballet scene somewhere in that just doesn't add anything to the story other than just like, we're going to let somebody show off. And it's a character. If it was, in my head, it works best in a show like Oklahoma, where it's all the characters that you've already met kind of doing their own version of this.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it's Gene Kelly, who you can, is Gene Kelly. And then, I think it's Sid Charisse doing like, as this random other character who's not in the rest of the movie, who just dances opposite him for this one whole long ridiculous scene.
And I've watched videos about like the symbolism behind him. Like, no, it's Singing in the Rain. There is not. They just dancing. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, and then there's that Beautiful Girls number that they do to like set up like, oh, the movies are talkies now.
Yeah.
And they show all the little talkie bits, but then they do this whole song where this guy literally just like describes women's clothes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is either, this might be the most sexist number I've ever seen in my entire life.
Gosh.
And two, I'm like, what is this, just like guerrilla marketing for some ad campaign that, like, what movie are they making where this is the thing? Did they just get paid by some fashion designer like, put all my clothes in and talk about them?
I don't know what else. I know Debbie Reynolds, everyone brings it up that she bled while dancing because Gene Kelly wouldn't stop until she got it right.
Yeah, Gene Kelly was kind of a tyrant behind the scenes, is what I heard.
Yeah, and then
but also
career on Xanadu.
It is impressive to remind the two people that the Singing in the Rain title song, Gene Kelly had a fever of like 102 while he did that, and you legit can't tell. Like, he's so good.
He's too good.
He's too good. So for this session, I'm going to add a segment because I think it's important for what we're doing. Favorite song in the show. I already said mine's Moses Supposes.
I think it's Make 'Em Laugh because it's my childhood favorite. But
I love Make 'Em Laugh. I did it for an audition. I didn't get the part, but I did do it. Yeah. So there you go.
It's up there.
All right. So that's Singing in the Rain. Singing in the Rain. I think the next one's Cabaret.
Cabaret, yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Hold on. Yes, it is Cabaret.
Okay, like, there's one we're missing. I know it in my head.
There's something between, but there's not. Cabaret, directed by the legendary Bob Fosse.
Yeah.
1972, starring Liza Minnelli, is about a burlesque-ish nightclub thing in pre-Nazi Germany.
Pre-Nazi Germany. It's way different than both the stage shows, the original and the revival.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either.
I think that, like, I like Cabaret, the stage show. I think the stage show is one of my 5 probably favorite shows ever.
Yes.
This show does the thing that it loses is it cuts out all the Nazi stuff.
Yeah.
And puts it in the background, and it's like
for the weird Max subplot, which I don't care about.
It's like you added 4 characters. Apparently I read it was based on a book.
Yeah.
And those characters are in the book.
Mm-hmm.
But they add nothing to the movie.
No.
it was more or less just a vehicle for Liza Minnelli to get a bunch of songs out.
Oh yeah.
And like the way that they did it in the show is they used both what we call diegetic and undiegetic music, which is like the songs are part of the story versus the songs are like things that happen naturally and it feels like they're not.
Yeah.
It's the difference between like a show like, you know, where you're like every song is like a concert, like a biopic, versus like a musical where like, oh, I'm singing in the grocery store now.
Yeah.
And they cut all of those out. So every song in the show is a part of a performance. And has no emotional ties to what's going on in the story.
I like some of it. I like the MC kind of just being like, just saying it like you're dumb, feeling dumb the whole time. Like,
God, Joel Grey is freaking perfect.
He's the best. It's that thing I know we've talked about, but I love Alan Cummings as it too. But you know he's like a bad guy. You can feel like he doesn't care. Like he thinks it's bad, it's evil. You don't know where Joel Grey is. I never know where he is, even in the movie.
I always said he was like this asexual pixie man.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I don't know what he is. He's this little like puckish dude who just is kind of there to sow chaos, and you never know quite where he falls and what his purpose is.
I don't know what he wants is the big thing for me that like I question. Yeah.
And I really like, I mean, I love the songs. I think the additional songs they added are actually really good.
Yeah.
I love Liza Minnelli singing throughout this whole thing, and I just wish they were connected to the plot rather than just like, oh, and now two ladies.
Yeah. Which is okay. No, the Nazi stuff I thought it would be way more when I watched it.
Yeah.
That's all I think about when I think about Cabaret. It's like
it's Nazis. Like Nazis, it's like Nazis. Pre-Nazi Nazis is the thing.
Yeah.
Which is so they're just non-existent. They're just not there.
And I don't even think about the lead guy that much. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way it's shot on him that he's kind of forgettable too.
I feel bad. Michael York has done so many damn movies, and I like have watched enough of them to like know his name and know his face, and I couldn't tell you what he played in what other than I think he was in that Romeo and Juliet from the 60s.
Yeah. And
he was in, I want to say, Austin Powers.
Oh yeah. It's just not memorable. I don't remember.
Yeah. Which is a shame because he's like a really good actor, but he just doesn't leave an impression.
Yeah. I can't believe how many Oscar awards this movie won. It won more than The Godfather, which came out that year.
This is the thing. This movie has the most, I looked at it's the most Oscars for a movie that didn't win Best Picture.
That's crazy.
Because it came out the same year as The Godfather.
Which, Godfather, I mean...
Including the fact that Liza and Joel Grey beat out most of the cast of The Godfather. The only Godfather cast member who got an Oscar was Marlon Brando.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And he was pissed about it.
Well, he wasn't pissed. He just made a political statement.
Well, didn't he want... Oh, no, that's the other way. That's right. I was trying... It's the other guy who got mad. Al Pacino
was pissed because he wasn't nominated for Best Actor.
That's what it was.
They put him in the supporting role. And then Marlon Brando did the thing where he had the Native American gal come up on stage and like talk about the wildlife's being destroyed.
Crazy award show. Crazy. Yeah.
Right? Oh, man. I think it has, the love triangle. I don't even call it a triangle. It's actually like a box.
No box. Yeah, it is.
It's like two couples, but you can't quite tell who wants to do who.
Yeah.
Going. That one doesn't quite. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. But I do think, and no offense to like, I know you were bummed when you did the show about not being able to sing the Big Cliff number. I think maybe this time's a better song. No,
it is. I actually come to terms with. I like him just being the narrator. Or being the storyteller. Because about narrator is MC, storyteller is like it's so
he's the protagonist, but he's like a non-singing.
Yeah. Which I've come to really like.
Also, this is a weird little thing. I wanted more with the ventriloquist dwarf.
Yeah.
They have this like character who's like a little person with a ventriloquist dummy, and there's no reason behind it. And he's only in like 2 scenes, and I was like, I want that guy. I want that guy in every scene. I don't know what he does, but I want him to do more of it.
I bet like Bob or Fosse just like saw somebody doing that. You're like, come be in my thing.
Yeah, well, and if you watch Fosse Vernon, there's a really good one episode centers entirely around him shooting Cabaret, and you get a lot of like kind of what was going on with him at the time.
That's really cool.
And it's really cool to kind of understand his rationale. And like, yeah, he won an Oscar. He beat Francis Ford Coppola for the Oscar for Best Director.
Oh man. Oh, it's insane. That is insane.
I know. All right. Anything else?
Oh, do we doing top song again?
Yes. Also, I just want to point out, you picked 3 musicals that all have to do with Germany.
I know. I didn't realize it till after. Well, I've never seen Hedwig, so that one I didn't know for sure.
You almost picked 3. You're like 20 years too early to pick 3 about Nazis.
Yeah, God, I feel so bad.
My favorite, go your favorite song. It's your show.
I like the opening number. I like Cabaret.
You mean Willkommen?
Willkommen, yeah. Sorry, not Cabaret. There is Cabaret in it. Not oh my God.
Cabaret is the ending.
The number, no.
I think, I liked it. I don't know if I liked it in this version. My favorite number in the show is if you could see her.
Yeah.
I think it's like the strongest one, where he turns around the gorilla is like, oh, it's a Jewish metaphor, and it's like really you're suddenly like, I feel real awkward for laughing now. But
yeah,
I think that's my favorite. Cool. All right, next one is Tommy. The Who's Tommy.
I've seen this movie like 3 times, and I always forget it. I forget what happens. It's way weirder every time, I swear.
It's so weird. It's so weird, and I don't know why I picked it because I liked it. And
I love
wife
it.
Gave me a whole bunch of crap that I chose it over The Greatest Showman.
God.
But I was like, nah, I'm making him watch Tommy.
But it has my favorite opening. Sorry. The Pinball Wizard scene is one of my favorite musical movie moments.
I mean, I'm just going to say it. Elton fucking John.
He's so good.
Took that song. Took what was already the best song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Made it the best damn song The Who have ever written.
Mm-hmm. It's the version I listen to when I'm driving.
Oh, I don't ever listen to the Who's one. The Who's one's really slow.
Yeah.
But for anyone who doesn't know, Tommy is a rock opera based on a concept album by the band The Who. Specifically, Pete Townsend, the guitarist, wrote most of it.
Yeah.
And then in the 70s, they turned it into a movie about a kid who, in a traumatic incident, loses his sight, hearing, and ability to speak. Not like physically, but he just like chooses to like not have any of them anymore.
Yeah.
And then he gets really good at pinball, gets cured, and starts a cult.
Makes a cult. And that's as far as I remember. And then
and the movie version, it just took the weirdness of that already weird premise and just zapped it to 11.
Yeah.
I forgot that Oliver Reed was in this, and I didn't remember. I was like, I knew I saw him in something else when I watched Oliver, and then I was like, oh crap, that's
there he is.
That's him.
He's back again.
He's Uncle, what's his name?
Oh my gosh. And then what's the name of the actress in it?
Anne Margaret.
She's not a musical person, and she's in so many musicals.
Yeah, she's in a whole bunch of musicals, and she's not a terrible singer.
No, not terrible.
But she's like not who I would have expected for for this kind of a role. And I think I remember when they do the scenes where Tommy's grown up, she's only like 5 years older than Roger Daltrey. She's not that much older than him, playing his mom. No, the thing that the movie I think does really well is it took a lot of big name musicians and threw them into some of the weirder tunes, like Eric Clapton. Yeah. And every song that they did that with gets better. Like I think Tina Turner took Acid Queen, which I would say is like a B tier Who song, and made it like an S tier Who song. Like that song is so good in this movie, and every time I listen to it on the regular album, I'm like, oh, I thought Acid Queen was better than this.
Which that's the thing in general. I think when I can't even listen to the Who album. I'd rather listen to Tommy, most of the songs.
And I've never actually heard the stage version soundtrack. I don't know if that's any better.
Right.
It also has Jack Nicholson in it, singing.
Yeah. See, it all went over my head. I forgot it. I have all these thoughts and they're gone.
I was like, Jack Nicholson, like, what are you? This is post Cuckoo's Nest Jack Nicholson too. Like, he has like no reason to be in this weird movie.
Yeah, we don't know like who he is yet. It's the same.
Yeah.
I think Roger Daltrey does actually a really good job.
Yeah.
He's very charismatic, of course, because he's a rock star.
Well, also, how ballsy to put him in a movie and then not have him sing for like 2/3 of it.
Yeah, he's just there. And he's walking around bumping into people. Like, that's the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, like 3 of the Who members make cameos besides just the one scene where they're all playing together.
Yeah.
And then the ending number, I liked "See Me Feel Me" mostly, but then they took it and they added the layers to it, and it got stronger and stronger. And I think that the build that it has at the end, and the sort of commentary that it puts on like this false messiah idea,
it's a little Jesus-y.
Well, it's like this weird version, like take on celebrity worship.
Yeah.
How we like make, we blow up our, I'll just for whatever version, the version, our Kardashian, if you will.
Yeah.
Who don't really do anything all that impressive, but for some reason we've decided they're just like the pinnacle of some sort of society.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the Who are, but
great.
Yeah. So
Who are arguably, I mean, if you break down rock bands, the Who arguably have 2 of the strongest like musicians in rock and roll music, like in them.
Besides,
they're
like maybe
now, but
Pink Floyd, which I almost picked The Wall, but
it's not picked The Wall, man. I've never seen The Wall.
I've only seen half of it, so I can't. Oh man!
Sorry, next time we'll watch. If we ever do weird music movies by weird bands, we'll watch The Wall.
Oh gosh, we just need to review like concept albums so we can get the Kiss one going.
Do Dark Side of the Rainbow as like a live stream.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. Obviously, I think we said both of our favorite song is
Pinball Wizard. It's gotta be. There's nothing else.
And I'll tell us anybody out there, find the Elton John version of the song.
Yes.
Because what he did, which was different so basically what every other artist did is they played it on top of the Who, but Elton John told the Who, "No, my band's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You don't even have to be involved."
Yeah. Well, and also he is acting during it. Like most of the time it's just somebody singing about a pinball wizard, but you feel he's like mad about it. He's like, I hate this guy. I can't beat his record.
And I found out he wasn't gonna do the movie, and they offered him the movie, and he almost turned it down. But then they showed him his costume, and he said, "If I can keep the shoes, I'm gonna do it."
The giant shoes,
the giant Doc Martens, which I was like, that's the best outfit. He's got like 7-foot tall boots that he's walking around in, and then that little pinball beanie.
Yeah,
it's the most Elton John costume ever.
Yeah, ever. Okay.
Yeah, super good. So then we get to we jump 20 years to the 90s. Wow. With the only one on this that isn't exclusively a human cast.
Yeah.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Good. Maybe my favorite on the list, though.
I love this movie. I think it's the best Muppet movie of them all. And I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
Yeah.
One reason alone, Tim fucking Curry.
Tim
Curry. I wrote Tim Curry like 4 times on my notes because I was just like, he is so good.
I know I saw it before Rocky Horror Picture Show, but this is my defining role for him. He's just like,
and he knows what movie he's in. Like he knows that he's like, this is a little weird. And it's probably not something that anyone else is ever going to do.
Yeah.
So I got to make the most of it and just like, just have the best time.
But still scary. Like, still like, I mean, not just, maybe he's just a creepy dude. I mean.
Well, and how he can have these like intimidating ass torture scenes with puppets as his like scene partners is beyond me. That moment where he grabs Clueless, the goat, and he's just like, I will freaking kill you. And Clueless is like, okay. And I'm like, how are you doing this with a straight face? I'd be dying.
Yeah. I've watched the original Treasure Island and the non-Muppet musical the non-musical one. And that Tim Curry does a much better job of building the relationship with the kids.
Yeah, with Jim. I also think forget just Tim Curry. This is the greatest Miss Piggy role.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly because I love Miss Piggy. I think she's like easily in my favorite Muppets.
Yeah.
Benjamin Gunn, this is the best idea I've ever seen.
It's some of the best Muppets in general. Maybe it's not my favorite Gonzo.
I like the torture scene where he gets all like noodle armed, but he doesn't do a whole lot. He's just kind of the narrator. And they did that because they did Christmas Carol like 2 years before.
That's right.
And Gonzo and Rizzo were the narrators in that, so they said, they're actually, since we don't know what the hell to do with him, let's just make him like the sidekick.
Well, that's why they made the Alien movie later. When they finally gave something.
Gonzo's a whatever.
I don't. It's not my favorite child actor role. Child actor.
Yeah.
Jim Hopkins. Jim Hopkins. Is that him, the boy?
Hawkins. Yeah. Jim Hawkins.
Is not. Yeah. It's probably one of the weaker parts of this movie. If there is a part that I don't like super much.
Yeah, and it's like he's forgettable, unfortunately.
Which maybe he is Muppety. I mean, there are Muppets.
You're not really here for him. You're here for the Muppets.
Yeah.
And the trick I learned, this is the trick with the Muppet movies, the ones that I've found work. The trick is you let the humans play the movie straight, like it's a real, honest to God movie, and the Muppets crack all the jokes. And if you watch the movie, that's what happens, is Jim has like these really serious lines, and then Gonzo and Rizzo riff off of them. I love the pigs. I love the Easter Island pig heads.
Yeah.
I love, my favorite line is the one where the like warriors all come over the hill, and then Silver shoots like
I did it too. When I was writing down stuff, I went Hook.
Hook. Where Silver shoots the gun off, and then they're like, "You have boomsticks. Bye-bye."
Yeah. Okay, just do Muppet favorite song.
Shiver My Timbers slaps, man.
I love
that
Cabin
opening number is so tight.
It does really slap, though. It is a great start.
Yeah.
But oh shoot, no, I did have another point though. I wanted to say that's the problem with the new Muppet movies, is how much the comedians try to be the joke.
Yeah.
The Muppets try to
Muppets need to be the joke
in the back.
Yeah.
Need to be the joke.
Exactly.
Jason Schwartzman got it. Jason
Segel.
That was right. Segel.
You're talking about Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. Yeah,
yes.
Jason Segel.
Yeah, he got it. He was the
good.
best part of that.
That Muppet movie is really good. The rest of them I haven't enjoyed as much.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I keep watching them though. I won't stop.
Yeah. So what's your favorite song?
Yeah, Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever. Yep. We have all been living in Cabin Fever land right now.
Yes.
When that came up, I was like,
timely.
it's everyone going through coronavirus.
It's very timely.
Yeah, they're all good. I think there's like one song in the whole group that I'm like, about in this show. Like, I think they all work.
They all work really well.
Cool.
So then we make it to the 2000s.
Yeah,
right?
with Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Yeah, which it feels early 2000. It feels renty.
Yeah.
It
feels renty. This one, I've never seen this one either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hadn't either.
I've heard the soundtrack. This one I really liked.
I didn't know it'd be so short, though. I expected it to be.
Yeah, but I was like, really interesting commentary on transgenderism and homosexuality in an 80s 90s setting.
Yeah,
and just thinking about. Interesting to see the stage show version of it.
Yeah. Now, and it's cool that it was starred and directed by the same guy for how good it is. Yeah, that's always a kudos.
And John Cameron Mitchell wrote the book too. So.
Oh, okay. So it's all his.
Yeah, it's his show. He's the guy. He's the guy who made it. For those who don't know, Hedwig and the Angry Inch is about a transgendered German rock lead front woman. Hedwig. Yeah. She goes around these like dives, following her ex-boyfriend, who's a bigger rock star who basically stole her career away from her, and sort of tells her story through her songs.
Yeah.
And you learn that her past, she's had a lot of trauma and a lot of things have gone wrong. And it's sort of a really interesting story of like self-acceptance and coming to terms with who you are, not who you want to be.
Which is really, the scenes are really good with the dialogue, which is cool because most of it is music.
Yeah.
Like it's like a whole hour-long soundtrack, and the scenes do really well beyond that.
Yeah. And all the songs too. Like, I heard the songs, but the context wasn't ever there because you can't totally get it listening to just the soundtrack unless you listen to like, Hamilton, where it's just the whole show. But to see them in context and to understand what was actually going on, like made almost every song better.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also
I'm going through the song. Oh,
say again.
sorry. Oh, did we lag? I'm lagging out a little bit. Okay, I'm good. Nothing. Never mind.
Okay. No, I was gonna say there's actually the best thing too is there's a bunch of covers of them. Typo Negative, which is like a doom metal band, did a cover of the Angry Inch. It's really cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I want to see Neil Patrick Harris' performance as it. I know he won for it.
Yeah, he won a Tony for it. I want to see it too. And I have the soundtrack. That's the soundtrack that I have, and it's like a lot faster and a lot harder.
Okay.
It's a lot bigger, and I'm interested to see how that works.
Yeah.
I was also interested to see like the stage show because they do a couple of those scenes that have like the animated scenes.
Yeah.
And I was like, how would you do Story of Love, you know, the origin of love, like without the animation? But I will say, I wish I discovered this show when I was in college because this is like the most me in college show.
Yeah. I'm wait. You mean the
all of it, just the whole thing.
All of it, the whole thing, which is weird because I never have heard people talk about this, which I'm really surprised about after watching it now and going, this was way better than I expected.
Yeah, this is I think the show that Rent wanted to be. In terms of story. Like I think Rent was the big popular thing, but this was a smaller, subtler version of what Rent was doing.
Yeah. And way more effective. I love Rent, but there's too much going on.
This one's more,
you get the issue.
Yeah, this one's more personal. Like it feels more connected to the audience and you feel closer to it. And I know maybe it's because it's a movie, but even with the movie of Rent, it feels distant. Whereas this feels like you're right there.
Yeah. The movie of Rent is one of my least favorite stage to film adaptations.
I almost picked it just because I liked it and that was how I got into it. But
yeah,
I'm glad I didn't because I think this is a really cool thing and I'm glad we watched this one.
Yeah.
All right, favorite song?
Origin of Love. I actually just really like it.
I just like Sugar Daddy. I think it's funny.
It's funny.
It's super tongue-in-cheek and all the like bad candy metaphors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one that I was like, cool. That's Hedwig. Hedwig's good. This one I would say if I was to recommend anybody watch any of the movies that we watched this time, this is the one I'd say to see.
Yes. That's it. Maybe it's because I've seen the other ones a billion times.
I know. This is the first time I didn't have to rent anything except for Hedwig. I owned all the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now we move on to this is the last one, right? There's not another.
This is the big ending.
Yeah, the producer, the longest movie.
Yeah, you picked both the shortest and the longest one this time around with Hedwig and the producers.
Yeah. Am I lagging out like on your side?
You're a little bit, but you're not like cutting in and out. You're just kind of your video's jumping a touch.
Okay, I might let you do most of the talking because of that.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Producers is based on the stage musical based on the Mel Brooks movie from the 60s.
Yeah.
It stars Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick as two Broadway producers who've learned that they can make more money personally if they produce the world's biggest flop because no one will care what happens to the rest of the money.
Yes.
So they find the worst writer, director, and actors in town, put on this show, and then it unexpectedly becomes a hit.
Yeah. Now a question: is it better than the original?
No.
No,
I don't think so at all.
Yes.
No, and the reason it's not better is because Nathan Lane. I think Nathan Lane is doing a good job as a Max, but I think that Broderick is literally just trying to be Gene Wilder.
It's so close when you watch the back and forth. It's just copy.
Similar stuff, the same kind of isms, the like fat,
yeah,
that whole thing. I do think that Gary Beach as the director is so good in this, though. Like Roger
he
Debris,
is the best part of the movie.
He steals the damn movie, top to bottom,
Yes.
and like rest in peace, Gary Beach. For Origin,
I know.
Two of my favorite characters.
So bummed. He should have done more things. I'm bummed he wasn't in many movies. I know he's mainly stage actor.
Yeah, but he's like
so good.
He did this, which he won a Tony for, and then he did Lumiere and Beauty and the Beast. Like when that one went stage, like that's two big characters.
Yeah.
This has a great cast, though. It has Roger Bart as his assistant. It has Will Ferrell in like probably one of the better Will Ferrell roles.
My favorite Will Ferrell role.
Yeah, Uma Thurman is in this movie.
Yeah.
and then freaking John Barrowman from Doctor Who and Arrow as the lead Nazi in Springtime for Hitler.
Oh.
It's just like, oh my gosh. And I don't, like I said, Hedwig's probably my favorite one, but Springtime for Hitler might be the best number of the 6 movies we watched.
Yes.
Like,
yes, it is
so good.
And that's the one thing in this movie that is way better than the original.
Yeah.
Because
that production on
they just kind of do the show.
It's like a 9-minute masterpiece. And the stage show, I think, is better than the movie. From what I've seen. Like everything I've seen, the stage show just does a cleaner job of it. And I think the movie loses some stuff in the translation.
And that might be because it's not directed by Mel Brooks. And you feel that at times.
Yeah.
Like with the camera stuff, it's still great.
Yeah.
But there are moments where you lose the quick jump cuts of Mel Brooks movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the writings, I mean, it's Mel Brooks. Like the humor top to bottom is still really funny.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to laugh throughout the movie. It has really good uses of its cast for the most part. Nathan Lane is hysterical. Yeah.
The crutch number with all the old ladies is a masterpiece.
That one's a masterpiece. The one in the jail cell where he basically summarizes the entire movie up to that point. So if you missed the whole movie, you could drop in right there and know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
This also led me to I feel bad. This led me to my signature move whenever I'm casting a show now, where I yell, "That's our Hitler," whenever I find my lead.
Sorry.
And it doesn't sound as bad on paper until you know that I've worked only in children's theater so far. So it's always a child that I'm referring to.
One.
Oh I did it though, when I was my big musical. I was like, "That's our Hitler." I wrote it in my notes.
I love it.
It's so good.
Oh god, it's so hot in here though.
Oh yeah, we're almost done.
It's done. Keep it going.
No, but the one downside of it is that it does, if you watch, if you've seen this one by itself, it's great. If you watch it after seeing the 60s one, you realize how much of it is copying from the 60s one, especially Gene Wilder. And I would say to anyone who's seen it, go watch the 60s. It's not a musical. The only musical number in it, I think, is Springtime for Hitler.
Yep.
Which it's a very different version of that character too.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I will say, if I had to put, like I said, one song from this whole thing, I would say everybody needs to listen to, it's Springtime for Hitler.
It's the whole 9 minutes of it. You gotta do
top to start to finish. Perfect. It is an S tier musical number.
Yes.
It might be the 10 greatest musical numbers ever written.
And sorry.
The fun fact about the producers of the stage show, it is the most Tony awarded show in history. You would think it's Hamilton, but the producers got one more. That's right.
Oh my gosh, which I'm thankful for, because
it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. And stay through the credits because Mel Brooks gets a cameo at the end of the credits.
Yes.
All right, so that's all of them.
That's all of them.
Unless you have anything, I'm assuming you're also going to say "Springtime for Hitler" is the best song in the movie.
There's not everything's great. It is. There are some songs that aren't so great.
There's a couple that I like.
The "I Want to Be a Producer" number is not my favorite.
And anything with Ula, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Ula's here. It's fine. Let's move on. Yeah. Great. No, super good, super fun. Musicals.
Yes.
That was it. That was all of them. I'm trying to think if we have anything else to say about any of these. Watch them. We sing along. Yeah. Enjoy. Yeah. Sing along. Enjoy them. Dance in your living room. Most of them are not totally kid friendly. So know that if you're like, oh, good and wholesome musicals. Cabaret is good for children, right? No, it's not.
No.
Pretty much.
Gosh, you got a catchphrase to go out on? Because I got nothing.
No, it's fine. I got it. Don't worry. We're all good. And until next time, get away from her, you bitch. See you later.
I love you.